Hello, Antichrist Magazine. I am David, the vocalist of Resurge. We are an old school death metal band inspired in bands like Death, Pestilence, Morbid Angel, all the good old school stuff. Well, the meaning of Resurge, the name of the band, uh, has a mixed meaning. Well, I'm not a founding member, but the other members are, and they all had a band in the past called Underneath, and the band finished in 2012, I guess, sometime around that time, and they decided to return in 2020, and that's when Research formed in the year of 2020, and the name came up in the rehearsals, and it was about the reunion of the members. So they came up with the name Resurge, because they are resurging and also bringing like this new wave of old school death metal. Well, Research from Underneath is the first album of our band. Uh, Before, in 2021, we released an EP called Breathing in Vain. Research from Underneath is a continuation, story wise, and also musically, it's an evolution from the EP. So we continue the story and we continue the theme where there's this dystopian world filled with demon like creatures and corruption, and there's newborns being bred in incubators, and they are pure because they haven't been corrupted yet. And then we see the contrast, and then we in this album we follow a journey of one of those newborns at being at feeling the first impact of this world and slowly getting corrupted by all the other creatures and all everything that surrounds it. So that's what we follow, and we follow all the psychological experiences the character faces. Musical wise, the album uh, features like if you listen to the album from start to finish, you'll feel a gradual evolution in the music, and you feel like you'll feel a transition, and the last songs of the album will give you a hint of new songs that might come next. I kind of think I spoke a bit about the lyrics in on the last question, but that's what I'm talking about. The lyrics are very focused on the storytelling that I mentioned before, but also uh, touching on psychological aspects, and I inspire myself because I write the lyrics, and I inspire myself a lot in Chuck Schuldiner, and when he said like just talking about demons, blood, and gore, it, it can be scary, but if you speak about real stuff, real fears that you actually have, and that almost everyone, can identify with, that's the really scary part, and that's what I'm trying to reach for. The album cover art was done with AI. It was us and Marco from Miasma working together, creating the concept and working around with prompts. And apart from just the AI part, Marco took the artwork and he did some changes to it. Um, the choice of going with AI was purely for monetary reasons. We were on a budget, a very low budget, so we had to make this decision to be able to work around our budget. But obviously, in the future, we would love to work with a proper artist. Okay, about our cooperation with MIASMA Records, we are not only working with MIASMA Records, but also with Vomit Your Shirt Records. We have two labels. It's not the first time we are working with them. We worked with them in the past, in the release of our EP, and it's almost a natural cooperation already because other members of the band already worked with them on other projects, and also they have been longtime friends of ours. So the cooperation has been more than natural to us, They take care of the distribution mostly internationally, and they help us a lot with all the press stuff, with all the promotion stuff. So, but the choice and our cooperation is like a natural thing. We work very well together. Well, outside of music, we all have our jobs. For example, myself, I work as a technician on a water treatment company, but also I'm doing a master's degree on electrical engineering. So I do a lot of stuff. So we're all very busy outside of the band, but we managed to keep it all up. Well, when did I first discover my interest in metal music? Well, I'm the youngest member of the band. All the other guys are a lot older than me, so they probably have very different experiences from me. But talking about myself, I've been listening to metal since I can remember because I have older brothers and they introduced me to metal from a very young age. So as long as I can remember listening to music, I've always listened to metal music, and it's been like a natural progression, you know, going from the Metallica, Pantera, Linkin Park, System of a Down stuff, and then progressing and discovering all the other genres. But then like the genre that I felt more comfortable and that I just kind of stuck with, even though I listened to a lot of genres, but it was death metal. Obviously, yeah, death metal was the genre, and that's why we do it. It's just something that we there's a lot of stuff to it, like the riffs, the aggression, the heaviness of the music, the vocals, like it's everything is kind of raw but well made at the same time. It's such an amazing feeling. Well, what obstacles have I faced? Well, I'm very young and I'm very new to the as a musician. But I faced, well, speaking as a vocalist, I faced quite some obstacles. So apart from all the stuff about being busy and managing my life with being a musician, that's one of the obstacles, and I have to be very organized, and I have to manage my time very well. But as the part of being a vocalist, the biggest obstacle has been like trying to maintain my voice and keep developing my voice. That's something, as a vocalist, I think almost all vocalists face that, and that's why I have a YouTube channel called Vicious Vox, and there I do vocal covers. I interview metal vocalists, and I do a lot of educational content about vocals, and that's a way of me working on myself, but also helping others overcome their challenges. And that's the way I've found for me to keep myself improving and keep learning. That's how I overcame the obstacle of like helping myself improve, you know. Well, is there a specific non-metal genre or artist you'd love to collaborate with? Well, in terms of like the band research, I don't think collaborating with something outside of the metal world would be of interest to us. Maybe if it was like for some kind of introductory soundtrack or some transitioning soundtrack, collaborating with maybe some classical pianist or something to do like some eerie orchestra or eerie piano sounds, you know, that would be fun. But yeah, otherwise, the kind of music we play at Research, I think that's the only, at least that comes to my mind, that's the only kind of musician or music outside of metal that would fit our sound. Yeah, because in actually in one of the songs in Research from Underneath, the song Grat of Reluctance, if you listen to the chorus, you'll notice there's like a church organ playing in the background. So that would be interesting. Um, well, how do I perceive evolution? Well, metal music has evolved a lot over the years and keeps changing. But I've been feeling currently that there has been not just in metal music. I think uh, everywhere. I've been feeling like a revival of the old school in almost every genre. I've been seeing quite a lot of bands bringing back the old school sound, and there was like 5 or 6 years ago, there was a lot of bands kind of sounding going like the deathcore or metalcore kind of sound, but now in like sounding a bit more modern. But now I feel like there's a lot of bands, even like new bands or older bands, they are going back to the roots and going back to the way they sounded before, and that's very interesting. And we are one of those new bands that are coming back with the old school sound. And there's been a lot of bands like Skeletal Remains, Frozen Soul, Gruesome, Gate Creeper. They've all been bringing back. I'm speaking in terms of death metal. They've been all bringing back the old school sound, and it's been really good. Yeah. Well, now it's the rapid fire section. Well, guitar shredding or drum blast beats? Guitar shredding. Memorable concert I've attended. Well, the most memorable concert I've attended was Testament in 2022 at Vagos Metal Fest. That concert was like everything was perfect. The sound, the lighting, the performance. It was like one of the most perfect concerts I've ever seen, without like any problems. Everything going perfectly, and I really enjoyed Testament, so it was amazing. Mosh pit or crowd surfing? Mosh pit. Even though I really like crowd surfing, it can be a bit more dangerous than mosh pits, even though mosh pits are dangerous too. 12 a.m. studio sessions or 6 a.m. rehearsal? Well, I'd say 12 a.m. studio sessions, because at least for me, doing a rehearsal at 6 a.m., my voice wouldn't be working properly, and at 12 a.m. probably I'd still be working around, yeah. What's your guilty pleasure song? Well, I'll not say a song, but probably a genre. I'm kind of into minimal techno. I kind of listen to it when I am just a bit saturated of just listening to metal all the time, and sometimes I need to listen to something different, and I listen to techno, especially like Boris Brejcha and Hozo and some artists like that. Um, okay, what are the future plans for Resurge? Well, at the moment, this year we are gonna be working on a promotion of our new album. We'll be doing a lot of concerts. We already have like between 8 to 9 concerts booked in Portugal. Towards the end of the year, we would love to go on a mini tour and outside of Portugal. And then after this year, after we work on the promotions, we will always keep going on concerts. But then next year we'll probably start working on the first stages of the next album, and who knows, maybe like 2 years from now we will have a new album. That's kind of the goal. 2 3 years, yeah. We're gonna keep the ball rolling, you know. Well, and that's it. Thank you so much, Antichrist Magazine and the subscribers. Thank you guys a lot. You can listen to Resurge on every platforms. Follow Resurge on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter. You can, if there's any event organizers out there, if you wanna contact us at resurgedeathmetal@gmail.com, and we can talk about it. And yeah. Thank you so much, guys. See ya.